This is the 2015 Simio Student Competition presentation for Group 3. We had 3 project objectives. We wanted to maximize SDL's chances to successfully reduce operating costs, increase the efficiency of its operations, and improve its current service levels. We felt that simulating different operational scenarios could help SDL by providing analysis to help minimize rig shutdown, to discover more cost-effective vessel scheduling strategies, and to help maximize SDL's slip utilization. Our model logic and description consists of 12 cargo vehicles. These were our vehicle entities, and for these we were given the load and travel limitations of each vessel, and we were also given their deck capacities, travel rates, and daily costs. We had 6 different types of cargo divided with specific specifications, and for these we used model entities. We also had 4 drilling rigs for our sinks, and for these we were given the demand cycles and the penalty costs incurred for shutdowns. We used transfer nodes for our slips, and our constraints were found in our order information and weather restrictions.
This is our model that simulates the as-is system. Items requested by the rig are sent to the slips. Whenever an order request enters into a slip, the appropriate ship is called to come pick it up. We assumed that the smallest boat available is chosen. Ships that are not chosen wait here at the forecon standby. Only 2 slips are currently active, so 2 boats will wait in the queue until one of the ships leaves a slip. Entities are loaded onto the ships until the remaining deck space gets below 1,000 square feet, or remaining cargo space gets below 2,000 cubic meters. This is one of the assumptions we had to make with our model. Here's a look at the loading area of the system. Over here we have floor labels which show the state of the weather conditions. These change every 6 hours. If the wind speed or wave heights are too high, the boats will travel until they get below the limit. Out in the ocean we have the 4 rigs that the ships are servicing. In order to validate our model, we used breakpoints, model trace, and view with the camera to verify that certain components were behaving correctly. For example, we would use the watch feature on model entities to verify that all the desired characteristic values were being attached to them. These values included load time, rig destination, and deck space capacity or bulk storage volume. We used the model trace feature to validate that our processes were executing properly. During our experiment, we ran each configuration for a year, with a warm-up period of 1 month. The warm-up period allows the system to warm up until reaching a steady state where the data will be more consistent. This results in a more accurate cost estimate. We also ran 150 replications for each experiment scenario. The higher the number of replications gives more confidence about the outcomes. We chose 150 because this number gives a relatively small amount of risk and error, but does not take an excessive amount of time to run. Given the amount of time before our deadline, this was crucial in our decision concerning replications. In analyzing our results, there were a few configurations that had significant results. The configuration where all 3 slips and all the boats were active resulted in the lowest shutdown costs. However, the overall costs were significantly high. On the other end of the spectrum, when only 1 slip was active and fewer boats were in service, the overall cost was low, but service levels were significantly low, and shutdown cost was high. We also looked at the Simio risk of measure and error to make sure our results were accurate. After analyzing all the results, we decided on a final recommendation. In an attempt to reduce cost while maintaining high service levels, we recommend to keep 2 slips active, decommission the 400 type boats, and keep the FSB boats a priority over the 200 type. With this method, we calculated that the SDL will save approximately $60 million a year. We also recommend that they consider changing the operation procedures to allow boats to service any rig rather than having a set rig. We predict that this will result in less idle time and higher utilization of the ships. Those are our final recommendations.